When society looks at addiction, the common assumption is that we are witnessing a relentless, hedonistic chase. We assume the brain is simply addicted to feeling good, demanding an extreme, blinding high until the synapses eventually go dark. But talk to almost anyone deep in the cycle of addiction, and you will hear a completely contradictory reality. They don't actually enjoy the substance or the behavior anymore, which presents a strange biological mystery. Why would the human brain compel a person to continuously destroy their health, relationships, and finances for a reward that does not actually exist? To solve this mystery, take a look at this diagram. What we collectively group together under the single umbrella of pleasure is actually two separate neurological systems operating side by side. Our brain pulls them apart into two distinct functions. The first system is liking. This is the actual hedonic joy, the chemical high or the warm satisfaction you experience during an activity. It is driven primarily by opioid receptors located in small hedonic hotspots within the brain. The second system is wanting. This is the anticipation, the motivation, and the psychological itch that precedes the reward. This drive is fueled almost entirely by the mesolimbic dopamine system. In a healthy functioning brain, these two systems are perfectly tethered. You want what you like, and you want it in exact proportion to how much you like it. Addiction is the terrifying, often invisible process of these two systems being ripped apart. To see how that tear happens, we have to start at phase 1, initial use. This is the casual engagement with a rewarding activity, like playing a new video game, getting a notification on your phone, or pouring a drink. When you do this, your liking system reacts exactly as it should. Your hedonic hotspots fire, providing a potent, genuine feeling of joy. As you can see in these two gauges, the wanting system fills up alongside it. Your dopamine fires, acting as a learning signal. It stamps the memory into your brain, motivating you to repeat the action that caused the joy. Psychologists call this positive reinforcement. You are motivated to perform an action specifically to gain a good feeling. As long as your desire to do the activity remains balanced with the pleasure it provides, you are operating inside a functional, safe feedback loop. Phase 2 begins when that activity shifts to high-frequency, repeated use. Bombarded by extreme stimulation, the brain is forced to defend its own equilibrium. Look at this graph. To protect from sensory overload, the brain downregulates opioid receptors. This hedonic adaptation causes the liking line to steadily slope downward, plateauing near zero. But the dopamine-wanting system sensitizes, arcing aggressively upward to environmental cues, creating a massive visual divergence. The gentle, pleasant anticipation of a reward warps into an aggressive, overwhelming craving. This massive mathematical divergence between the two lines is the moment the neurochemical trap is set. The brain is now heavily demanding something it barely even enjoys. By phase 3, we reach the physiological reality of a hypersensitized dopamine spike. It does not feel like excitement. It feels like intense agitation, anxiety, and a vibrating physical pain. This unbearable state of craving bypasses logic. It effectively hijacks the prefrontal cortex, stripping away the brain's capacity for long-term judgment and planning. You are driven to perform the compulsive behavior, but because the opioid receptors are still downregulated, giving in to the craving provides zero actual pleasure. This flowchart maps the final inversion of the addiction cycle. The motivation for the behavior has entirely flipped. The user is no longer seeking a high. They are desperately trying to escape a low. Notice how the cue triggers a painful craving, driving compulsive action, and entirely bypassing pleasure. This state is negative reinforcement. The only biological reward left in this rapid, infinite loop is a brief, hollow silencing of the agonizing craving. You do the thing simply to stop the pain of wanting the thing. Society frequently labels addiction as a moral failing, a lack of willpower, or a selfish pursuit of fun. The biology shows us those ideas are completely outdated. Addiction is a mechanical glitch. It is the terrible paradox of wanting without liking. Acknowledging the actual architecture of this trap is the essential first step to treating it, and eventually breaking out of it.